Sunday 14th of December 2025, Bondi Beach, somewhere. The beach is so rammed. Updates. So, hectic, hellish week, working late. Productivity wise, has been quite low this week. Managed to get to the gym 4 days a week. Thursday went for some drinks. Friday went out with my mate Eli, who I met in Barcelona in 2018. So went out with him and some mates for one of the guys' birthdays. Yesterday was sensible, stayed in, didn't go out. I met up with a guy called Rob, who I know from home, who's living out here, known from the gym. So yeah, stayed in, although basically didn't go to sleep till 5 AM because my sleep patterns were messed up. Then today woke up and I am at Bondi Beach doing Bondi to Watson's Bay. Marcus was meant to join us, but he went out last night and he's a bit fragile, to say the least. So it's just me today. It's me, headphones. Just gonna have a stroll by myself. Not done one of these in ages. So podcast in. Yeah, just gonna go do Bondi to Watson's by myself. It's about 15k. Beautiful day. And yeah, probably too hot actually. Probably too hot. So I've got quite a bit of liquids in my bag, and excited for this one because I know the headlands are actually beautiful. And a day like this, the water when you're on the coast is gonna be fantastic. So that's the plan for today. But that's a few updates. Probably gonna try and go to Country Pav if I can get back in time. I just don't want to be queuing in a queue which takes ages because that queue is bad. It's like an hour queue, first or second time I went. So yeah, I'm going to try and go to Country Pav. I'm going to try and go a bit early, somewhere in the massive queue. That's it, and then another week of being productive on life, work, etc. Trying to get this refinance over the line. So let's crack on. Bondi to Watson's, let's go. Right, so this is the starting point. That's Bondi Beach. Bondi Pavilion, so busy. So basically you can pretty much follow it all the way around. So we're going to have to go through a housing estate. So it's not all on the coast, this one as well. So it's a few bits that are like in housing estates, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So in the middle of a housing estate because the coast path comes off, and view's unreal. So backdrop, the ocean, and kind of, you can't see Bondi Beach, and then if you look that way where you can't see, but the view from these houses outside, it's like to the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. It's amazing. I wish I could take a video, but the whole house are blocking it, but I've seen a few glimpses. And then thirdly, some of these houses are amazing. So nice. But yeah, if I get a chance, I'll try and film to show you kind of Opera House, etc. I've been in, Sydney a month now? I haven't actually been around there yet, so yeah, I want to try and get a video for you guys. But we keep going. Very sway. But let's go. Okay, so this is a place called Valley Reserve. So you've got the houses there, and then literally you've got the sea there. It's like a massive drop. You just see over there. But honestly, the view's insane. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Although, right, controversially, I don't think I'd want a house around here. And the reason is, I've seen too many BBC News articles on like coastal erosion in the UK, where the cliff obviously erodes and you get closer and closer to the housing. So, as nice as it is, I don't know what the coastal erosion situation is around here. I'd probably prefer one a bit more inland. But yeah, just a point of note, despite some of these houses being absolutely insane. Honestly, stunning architecture. I love my modern stuff. Glass, funny like that one there, beautiful. Love that house. Cool vibe. Right, let's keep walking. So this area is called the Waverley Cliff Walk. Waverley Cliff Walk is a spectacular 5-kilometre coastal walking route that links coastal cliff tops and reserves from Bondi Beach to Vaucluse, offering views of Sydney Harbour and the dramatic sandstone cliff coastline of the Tasman Sea. And then continue another 2 kilometres north on the walk to Watson's Bay, and that is where we are heading. So the map tells me we are on track. So this is Dudley Page Reserve, and you know how I was talking about amazing views into the city and the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House in the city? Look at that, beautiful. So all these houses here, amazing views over the harbour. So you've got Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, you've got Sydney Centre, the tower, then over there you've got North Sydney, and then you've got the bay. Looks unreal. So it's weird, we're going to be going all the way down there this week and then basically following the coast round, and hopefully in about 3 or 4 weeks time we'll be somewhere in the city. It's cool, really cool to actually be able to walk pretty much the whole of the coast here. Yeah, what a view, unreal. Sick place, sick place. Stunning. So this is the Eastern Reserve. We're still on the Waverley Cliff Walk, and look at that. Beautiful. Look all the water, waves crashing against the coast. Amazing, absolutely amazing. That's north towards the lighthouse where we're heading. Behind me is back towards Bondi, which obviously you can't see much, but beautiful. So this is Diamond Bay Reserve. The path goes all the way there, but some random people down there, and there's like a ladder, and then there's some random people like behind the cliff, like on the cliff edge. Really weird. But I don't know if I want to venture down there because it's so dangerous. So we'll see. I will probably not do it because that path looks so narrow. I don't know where they're going as well. They look like they're staying there. That guy looks like he's got a massive rucksack on. Looks like he's in a camp there or something. Random. Macquarie Light Station, aka Macquarie Lighthouse. The site of Australia's first and longest operating navigational light, commissioned in 1816 by the Governor of New South Wales, Lachlan Macquarie. This first Macquarie Lighthouse was completed in 1817 to the design of convict architect Francis Greenway and operation by 1818. This site was chosen as early as 1790 due to its prominence for signalling to incoming ships out to sea, as well as announcing incoming ships to the colony of Sydney Cove. The light could be seen as far as 30 kilometres out to the sea. So I think I've spoke about this on previous videos, maybe like 5 years ago when I was here, or even last year when I was here, or 2019, whenever I've been last in Australia. But the thing I love about Sydney is that you can just be walking, like there's no view, you've got a bit of a view of the sea, and then you just kind of walking, and then just out of nowhere you just get the nicest view of the harbour. Look at that. Harbour Bridge, downtown Sydney, CBD, North Sydney. Then over there, you've got Manly. We'll be there probably a couple months time. But yeah, you just get these little, out of nowhere, you get these amazing views. Stunning. Beautiful. Okay, total lie. Hornby Lighthouse, 1.1 kilometres away. Southern Head 1 kilometre away, so we've got 1.1 kilometres. Basically the path's blocked by like the naval base. You basically can't get around, so you've got to go down here, which I've been here before. I can't remember, was the last time I was here, 2020, or was it last time here, last year, I can't remember, but yeah, 1.1 kilometres to go, nearly there. 1.1 that way, and then 1.1 that way, and then a bit more. Probably got another, well, probably 3k I reckon. 1.1 something. Yeah, close to 3k because we'll get back to the hotel to get a bus, so yeah, nearly there. Thought it's going to be out another 10-15 minutes, probably going to close to half an hour, 45 I reckon. But we keep plodding, we're nearly there. Happy days. Basically here, tip of the head on, pretty much just goes all the way around. Scenes, beautiful. There's like a little beach over there. That's the Circular Quay or City to Manly ferry. Manly in the backdrop. Yeah. What a view. Absolute scenes. Been here before, so it's like, but it was just a case of, like I said, doing this coastal route in order. Yeah, so it's nice to be doing it. Beautiful day. Been a good little walk. It's about, I think, 4 o'clock now, 4:15, something like that. Good. 3.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Couple of stops. And that's the North Shore kind of headland, so we're heading over there, yeah, next month. Actually, no, we're somewhere down there with Manly's bits down there. Yeah. Nice little walk. Well, I'm going to continue going around, so basically this is the headland, so you go round, and it's basically, you go back on the same track, back to kind of like Watson's Bay area, so I'm going to do that now. But scenes. Bondi Lighthouse. I say this all the time, but water is so noisy when it crashes against the coast or against rocks. So, okay, so that beach over there, which you can't see, that's Camp's Beach. This is Green Point. Another little sick view. Don't think I've been here. Don't think I've been here before, but yeah, beautiful. Right, I'm going to keep walking along that track there, and we're nearly there. We are nearly there. It took longer than I anticipated. It's quite hard because they don't signpost it that well. You have to look at the map, which is a bit annoying because obviously you then like you have to keep checking. It's not that great. Parts of it obviously fantastic. It's really easy because it's all kind of boarded up. But there's bits like this where it's just like there's no signage. It's not like a dirt track. But anyway, it's what it is. We are nearly there. Yeah, Watson's Bay Hotel is very close. Somewhere down there. South Seashore. Right, we are done. Watson's Bay. We are here. See behind me. Very terminal. Beautiful. Over there, Watson's Bay Hotel. Definitely not as live as Coogee Pav. Seems a lot quieter. I think Coogee Pav is like pretty much every Sunday, whereas I think Watson's Bay is a bit more like once a month kind of party, beach party, club party kind of vibe. But yeah, beautiful. So done and dusted. Another leg of my Sydney coastal walk done. Bondi to the kind of southern headland, and then back to the Watson's Bay Hotel. Yeah, all things considered, pretty decent. Pretty decent walk. Yeah, can't complain. Bit hot, nice views, not too hot. I think, yeah, can't complain. Been decent. Bit decent. So yeah, done and dusted. Next week or week after will be Watson's Bay to somewhere down there. Potts Point, I think. Double Bay, maybe Neutral Bay. Not Neutral Bay. I think it's Rose Bay. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Plan now is I'm gonna head back, grab a shower, go grab some food, and then chill for a bit, and then probably head down to Coogee Pav, and see what the Sunday session is saying. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Right, how we doing? It's actually Wednesday the 24th I film this. It's been 10 days, 11 days since I picked up the camera. So I'm not sure where this is going to go. This might go after or it might go before. I haven't decided yet. So I'll amend it as and when. But long story short, obviously you guys are probably aware that on that Sunday that I did the Bondi to Watson's Bay walk, there was a terrorist attack in Sydney and on Bondi Beach. So obviously I was at Bondi Beach at 2 o'clock when I started the walk, and then I was on a bus back from Watson's Bay to my flat, which stopped at Bondi around 5:30, and the attack took place about 6:45. So when I found out, I was actually back in my flat. And another kind of piece of slight luck was that obviously my walk finished at Watson's Bay, whereas the previous walk with Lauren and Marcus the week before finished at Bondi. So 3 slices of luck that meant that just wasn't in the vicinity. But I can't stand here and say it hasn't knocked me a bit. Definitely was a bit weird last week for obvious reasons. The mood in Randwick where I'm staying was definitely, different, very sombre. And yeah, like I said, definitely knocked me a bit in terms of you just start to overthink things, what if scenarios. And obviously I got very lucky. 3 slight bits of luck that kind of meant that I wasn't in the vicinity of the area when it happened. I think first off, thoughts go out to everyone who's affected, those who died, those who injured. It's very sad, very shocking. It's something that I didn't expect in Australia. It's something you kind of potentially would expect in the UK because of the state of security and stuff like that. But when you come to Australia, it's the last place on the planet you'd expect it. It's probably the second safest place I've probably ever been after Dubai. And it's just, yeah, very shocking, very surreal, very kind of, is this really happening? Has this really happened? Yeah, it's just definitely knocked me a tiny bit last week. It was kind of, yeah, it just didn't make sense. You come to Australia for many reasons, but Bondi and that area and Australia in general is very chilled, but Bondi especially is just such a chilled place, and it's one of my favourite places in Australia and Sydney. But yeah, I felt I had to comment. I don't think it's something you can kind of gloss over and think, you know, it didn't happen. Especially with me documenting a fair bit of my time in Australia and stuff. And yeah, it's very sad, and I don't know what else to say really. Obviously, like I said, thoughts go out to everyone affected, those who've died, those who are injured, and yeah, last week was not a good week. I went to Bondi on Monday, 2 days ago, and yeah, the mood was obviously very subdued. The energy that place normally has obviously wasn't there, which is understandable. But I think it's just, even now, probably 10 days after, it's still very weird still getting my head around it, because it is a safe haven and a sanctuary for many people in terms of having fun and, you know, being by the beach and just an iconic place. So yeah, I'm still a bit lost with it really. I don't know what to think about it. I just felt like I had to say something. I think it'd be inappropriate of me to kind of gloss it over and not say anything about it, especially with me being in the area on the day, within an hour and 20 of it happening. So yeah, not the video I wanted to make, but I feel like I kind of had to. What else to say? Just don't be put off by coming to Australia, because it's an amazing place. It is a safe place. It's just unfortunate that these kind of things do happen from time to time, but it's just unfortunate that it happened in a place that probably least expect it. So yeah, I'm gonna end this here. So yeah, I'll see you next time. I also apologise if it's not come out the way I want it to, or the way it's meant to. If anyone, I've tried filming this like 5 or 6 times, and I'm just struggling to kind of put into words about 10 days ago and the last week and stuff. So yeah, I do apologise if anyone's kind of, you know, not happy with it, but I just don't know what to say. Just don't know what to say at all. Just very shocked. So.